2319! We have a 2319!
Red alert! Red alert!
Coming through, please. Stand aside. The 2319 in progress. The area is clear. Coming through. Watch yourself. All clear. Situation is 990. Ready for decon.
Hey, thanks, guys. That was a close one.
Hi, I'm Tara. I'm the outpatient counselor at Saginaw Odyssey House. We nominated Brett Murray this year for Madness to Miracles. I truly believe that Brett deserves this award because he has demonstrated what it means to go from madness to miracles. He's consistently shown strength, perseverance, and determination when faced with many challenges. Brett survived COVID-19 this year while he was celebrating a year of sobriety. He's seen many of his peers leave and relapse. He's helped people get into treatment. Brett even stayed motivated when he wasn't able to get an internship that his heart was set on. When I met Brett, he was a silly knucklehead that wouldn't take anything seriously. But now he's learned to refine his personality without losing who he is, and been a true role model to other people. He's helped structure our program more. He continually challenges other people while challenging himself. I'm incredibly proud of Brett and how far he has come, and I'm truly honored to see him continue his journey.
I'm Brett Murray. I'm from Bay City, Michigan. I've been sober 14 months now. I went to 2 months Flint residential and then been at Odyssey Saginaw for a year. What life was before I was in recovery, let's just picture a mountain, right? Mountain with lots of dirt and boulders everywhere. So, and it's raining out, and I decide, oh, it's a good idea to try to crawl up this mountain. And I'm having the hardest time doing it. Now picture it raining, and it's just getting wet, dirty. Then mudslides happen. Mudslides will be will represent like the law and stuff that using drugs brought me down with. So I'm crawling, hitting mudslide, falling down, crawling up, and then avalanches come. And avalanches represent life on life's terms. So I'm crawling on my arms up this mountain of dirt and mud and get hit by avalanche and mudslide, and at the top are my goals and aspirations, and I can't get there, and I just keep trying. Now life, on the other hand, in recovery now, there's that picture, that same mountain with a bunch of boulders. It rains sometimes, but not all the time. There's going to be there's no more mudslides because I'm not in trouble with the law and stuff anymore. But there are going to be avalanches, which is life on life's terms. But this time I have the tools that it takes to make it through these avalanches and crawl up there. The tools of recovery. So much brighter, and now I'm making my way up to my goals and aspirations. So much easier. I'm reaching some of them, but I still want to go higher and higher. And that's about it.
Hello, my name is Cynthia Moulton. I'm the case manager and counselor at Saginaw Odyssey House. I've known Angelique for 8 years. I first met her when she came to Saginaw Odyssey House in 2012. She continued fighting the fight of her addiction until she won the battle. We started Madness to Miracles because we wanted to treasure each other in recognition that we do not know how long we shall have each other. So today, I am very proud to honor Angelique Kathleen Bertrand with an award for doing an outstanding job as an outstanding co-worker and team player at Saginaw Odyssey House. Thank you.
Hi everybody, my name is Angelique. I am from Saginaw Odyssey House. What my life was like before recovery, a hot mess, crazy, dysfunctional, surviving, and at the bare minimum paddling with my head barely above water. What brought me in, inevitably this time, was my son being taken and placed in foster care. That one was something that there was no other options. I needed to get him back. And I've been clean for a little over 3 years this time. The first time I came to Odyssey was in 2012, so overall recovery, a little over 8 years. And what life is like now is happy, peace of mind, something different than anything I've ever known. And I'm in a good place. I love my life. I love the people that I'm surrounded by. I wouldn't want to be anywhere else but where I'm at. I feel like I have a purpose. I enjoy what I do. It's meaningful. It helps others the way people have helped me. And I'm super excited, nervous, but very excited that you guys chose me this year. So thank you, everybody.
Amy came into Port Huron Odyssey House in the beginning of 2019 after her previous treatment provider closed its doors and offered no further support. In our time together, I have seen Amy move from someone uncertain that they could achieve recovery. Through the last year and a half, I've witnessed Amy set goals and then surpass them. I have worked with Amy through old and new grief, through fear and determination, medical ups and downs, and the challenges of being a mother of 5 adult-like children. Amy now lives independently, supervises the factory line she once stood on, supports her family and peers through their addiction concerns, and absolutely exemplifies a transition from madness to miracles. I am honored to give Amy the recognition she deserves after all the hard work she has put into creating a better life for herself and her family.
I'm Amy Hack from Port Huron. I was walking with the devil every day. Wake up and I was miserable and had to go and do things that you would never want to do and degrade yourself to get money, like commit crimes. It was a daily walk with the devil. I just was tired, but I would pray, continuously pray for God to give me peace and take that compulsion from me. This has been a battle for 15 years. This has been a 15-year process. And then out of Sacred Heart, numerous times, Clearview program. On October 24, 2017, 18, I woke up and was done. I called Sacred Heart to get a bed. Was later arrested the same day after I contacted my family. I told them I was going to rehab. Was arrested a few hours later. Went to St. Clair County Jail for 30 days with a stipulation in my sentence that I would report to rehab for the remainder. I completed that at Sacred Heart in Memphis and was released. I then went to a program, outpatient IOP, through another agency that ended up closing in the middle of the start of my, and they referred me to Odyssey House Port Huron. And I've been here ever since. I have my family back. The children are suffering immensely, grown adult children, and from the trauma I caused. I have a daughter that graduated with a psychology bachelor's degree to deal with children with trauma from drug abuse parents. I had 3 sons that were suffering from addiction horribly due to unresolved abandonment issues that I in turn caused. But everything's still a choice. At this point in my life, I have a son that was in turmoil, spiraling out of control. That, because I led by example, is now a successful business owner in the last 2 years. He officially has 8 months clean as of yesterday. Not a drink, anything. I have another son right now that is doing very well, expecting a baby, that no longer drinks. I do have one child that is in rehab as we speak today. And then 2 that are away at college. My brothers, my dad, my mom, my uncles, everybody. It's great. I have a full-time job that I've been very successful at. Climbed up the ladder. Very hard work. I just bought a brand new car on my own. I have my own house. All my needs are met, but every day I'm grateful. Every day I pray and I'm thankful. Every day. It's a non-stop, continuous gratitude. I just kept pushing. Some days were harder than others. Some days were bright clouds. Some days were the worst of the worst. But every day I got up and I did it again. Mind over matter. Came down to a choice. I could choose to go get high that day, or I could choose to go to work and do what I needed to do as a normal person. And then playing the tape through. That tape is vicious. So when I would get those thoughts that would play it out in my mind, absolutely. For the first 9 months I was playing that tape. Absolutely playing the tape. If I do this, then this is going to happen. And it's because I made a choice to make this happen. So I would play the tape through, always. Always prayed. Pray. Therapy. Absolutely I ran to my thought therapist. I did what I had to do to get through. I still do what I have to do to get through. Just keep pushing every day. Every day is a new day. Every day I'm grateful. Change mindset though.
I nominated Corey Parker when I got here 6 months ago to recovery coach for recovery housing here in Port Huron. I met Corey. She was very reserved and to herself. She's opened up since then. She's an amazing senior peer. She has gotten off of parole. She's unified with her family. She's absolutely amazing and I'm very proud of her.
Hello. Derek Hessler. Oh boy, I could be here all day talking about Derek. Derek first came to me in outpatient in February of this year. He had a lot of opinions and he wasn't shy about presenting how he felt. He had a very raw demeanor. He said what he felt. He had a dry wit about him. You could tell that he had been through some things and he had experienced some things and that life had kind of beat him up a little bit. But there was something about him, his sense of humor, his self-deprecating demeanor, as much as it could be annoying and irritating and all of that, there was just something that just kind of drew you to him. And then he got involved and you could tell he was determined to turn his life around. And that is exactly what Derek did. To the point where now he's about to begin an internship with Flint Odyssey. He jumped in both feet and he started to figure it out. and he became a sponge because he wanted to do the work that was necessary to make himself better and to change his life, because he realized he was on a dead end. I am elated that Derek was assigned to me, and I am so proud of the work that he has done and what he has made himself out to be. Derek Hessler is definitely an Odyssey success story. Congratulations, Derek.
My name is Derek Hessler. I'm originally from Troy in Detroit. And what my life was like before recovery was just a redundant cycle of disarray and constant feelings of failure, just never being enough and never thinking I deserved enough. Like, it was just this dead-end cycle of me not living up to any of my potentials and being completely alright with that. What brought me into recovery was my addiction to heroin and the feeling that this was my last chance to actually make something of my life and actually put forth the full effort needed to recover from that addiction. I've gone through white knuckle sobriety most of my life, but this is the first time I really knew I needed to do something honest about my addiction. I received treatment in Odyssey House and went to detox in late October in 2019. And I've been in recovery for 11 months and 1 day. What life's like for me in recovery now is I actually have goals and I'm working towards those goals. I have a purpose. I have hopes. I know I still have a lot of work to do, but I'm alright with that. I know that I'm on a upward cycle of actually achieving things. I'm actually part of NA. I chair meetings. I'm about to start my internship, and seeing a life actually being built before my eyes and doing the work behind it is the most rewarding thing I've ever experienced in my life. I'm very thankful for Odyssey and everything that they've given to me, because I had already given all my possessions in my life to heroin, and for them to give me a chance to actually make myself better, make myself a human being again, is the most grateful thing I've never been so grateful for something in my entire life. So to actually have this opportunity to put forth the effort to change my life has been the most rewarding thing I've ever been a part of. Thank you.
Hello, family. I would like to tell you about the journey of Edward Obershaw, a true madness to miracles. Edward came to us through our Genesee County sobriety court. He began that journey angry, upset, and against the court and the world. No one was going to tell him what he had to change. After working with Edward, he came to the point in his life where he decided he wanted to make some great changes in his life. He said that the only way he would make these changes is if he give it his whole heart and everything to a program. So his journey began. Edward worked very hard, looked at all the things in his life that needed changing, and he wanted to change. Edward put in the footwork, went to a lot of meetings, a lot of groups, and a lot of individuals. Edward stayed very close and very connected to the program he was building around. As Edward got further and further through sobriety court, great gifts began to come his way. Some judges here in Genesee County that had known him for quite some time through our court system was so happy and so amazed at the journey that Edward was taking. They had meetings over Edward. They decided to help Edward and help him through his court system. Edward has completed sobriety court with a graduation in a pink cap and gown. So Edward's journey begins again through the true miracle, and his work he's yet to be done as a miracle. Ed, I'm very proud of you and love that you're nominated for this award, and you are very deserving for the work coming from that madness to the miracle you have become. I am proud and I am grateful that you invited me into your life, into your journey, and our whole Odyssey family throughout this journey. Thank you, Ed. Congratulations.
We chose Devin because he's pushed forward with everything he's had to do. He was basically on double lockdown. He's just come so far. He's a completely different person. Devin has become confident and funny. And when I first met him, can I tell the story? When I first met him, when I became his coach, when he became a 4, I thought, oh, what a young guy. He looked like he was 12. And there was something going on at residential. I don't know if it was cigarettes or bus passes. Nobody would come across, so they did a fouché. Guess who gets picked? Devin. And he stayed, and he stuck it out. But he had to move back to residential, then go back into housing. But anyway, that just showed me, wow, this guy's serious. He's gonna stick around. That's why.
My name's Devin Grosso. So life for me before recovery was, I was a heroin addict. It was me and my girlfriend. We were getting high all day, every day. It was the worst existence I could have imagined. Just waking up, trying to get that next fix. Nothing else mattered. Then one day my girlfriend ended up doing too much and she overdosed, and I wasn't able to save her in time. She ended up passing away. That was on May 1st, 2017. I ended up getting charged with that for being with her at the time. I was looking at a lot of time in prison. I got blessed. I ended up getting out after only a year to Flint Odyssey House, and Odyssey, saved my life completely, turned it around, gave me a whole new perspective on what life in recovery is like, and that it is possible. And they gave me a job, and I'm so grateful for everything that they've done for me. Life now is fantastic. It's more than I could have imagined. I couldn't imagine my life without the drugs, and now I'm seeing that I can live a full, productive life, and really give back to the people that struggled through what I did, and try to prevent the same situation that happened to me to them.
Good evening, family. Welcome. My name is Shantae Smith. I am the Program Director for Flint Residential Co-ed Services. Glad you guys could be here to celebrate on this beautiful occasion today. We are here to recognize and honor individuals who have made the change in their lives that we believe has significantly made a difference for themselves and their community. And this next nominee that I would like to present to you today is none other than Rachel Taylor. I've known Rachel for over 6 years, and I've had the opportunity to watch her grow as an individual, as a person, as a mother, as a professional. And I believe everybody here, we have nominated Rachel because this girl is bad. She gets the job done. She does not play. She's always on her job. She always goes above and beyond. She's as a professional, she's here. She works long hours. She don't complain. If there's a problem, she's ready to solve it. She never backs down from issues. She just meets them head on. I've watched her grow as a mother, coming into the program, fighting addiction, struggling with your children and trying to receive services at the same time is a difficult task. And I've watched her grow tremendously like a phoenix rising up out of the ashes. So it's my pleasure and it's an honor. And I'm glad to have the opportunity to be in her life and to be a part of her recovery story. I present to you none other than Rachel Taylor.
Hello, my name is Rachel Taylor. I believe, I remember when people would get up and speak about having spiritual awakenings, and I always wondered what that was, what that looked like. And I think what brought me in was, besides the courts forcing me to come to treatment, I believe I had my spiritual awakening when the day I ended up getting incarcerated. I had a car accident in front of a cemetery my dad is buried in. And to me, and when I wrecked, I was facing that cemetery. So to me, that was my spiritual awakening, telling me I needed to do something, or else I wasn't going to be around. I went to a Flint Odyssey House on October 27th, 2016, after being incarcerated for 4 months. Well, I got a job working at the treatment center that I went to, which I never thought would ever happen. I got custody of one of my children, still working, fighting the demons of my past, and getting my other kid. I have a house. I have a couple vehicles. I have things I never had before. A relationship with people, and not having to struggle to get high and to do so much crazy stuff to just survive. So being able to survive and have my recovery time. Recovery is possible, and if people I see come into Jackson that know of me, they want what I have. I like to be that inspiration for people. Because I was bad out there. I couldn't see myself going back to that, but it works. If you want something different, this is where it's at. This is life, and just not having to struggle every day. This I'd rather have this than